Hi, my name is Tom Weeks, and this is Head Over Hands Golf. This is the very first episode. I wanted to give a little bit of background on what this channel is going to be about, what this video is about, and what future videos I think are going to be about. So I'm in my late 40s, pushing 50 here pretty quickly. I started playing golf to any real degree in my kind of early 20s. So in college, I started playing a little bit. Throughout my life, I have not played enough to ever get very good. On my best seasons, I'll shoot bogey and a half ball, and I'm tired of that, frankly. So what I thought I would do is I would start being a little bit more deliberate in my practice and in my efforts to try to get better at this game. So what you're going to see over the course of at least these first few months is I am going to be practicing and playing, but framed around some of the things I'll be learning from some of the other awesome YouTube channels around golf out there. So that's I'll be watching and trying to apply and see what works and what doesn't work, and kind of go from there. I don't know, frankly, where this will go. I actually take some comfort in the reality that probably nobody will ever see any of this. We'll see how bad I am and what I'm trying to do. But I thought in order to try to hold myself a little bit more accountable, I would try this as an effort. So in this first video, what you're going to see is kind of my basic practice round. My local club up here has a phenomenal practice facility that offers a good place to do some chipping and some pitching and some putting. So this first practice, I'll be doing some pitching and some putting. I'm also going to track how that kind of goes, and I want to see how my practice goes. Does that influence my ability to score well in actual rounds? So I'll be posting that as well, and you can head over to headoverhandsgolf.com to find those details and that information. I would love it if you follow along this journey. If you have any feedback as you see what I'm doing and you think there's something that I should try, I would love to hear it. It's truly and absolutely experimental for me as I go forward on this journey. So you're welcome to join if you're interested. One of the things that I done recently is I actually bought a new set of wedges. You can find them. They're on Amazon. I think they're the most purchased wedges, or the highest rated wedges right now on Amazon. They're from Lazarus Golf, and I frankly have never had anything in my bag other than a pitching wedge and an occasional sand wedge. One of my sons lost my sand wedge a few years ago, so I haven't even had one of those for the last little bit. And that's kind of what drove me to actually have a desire to purchase some other wedges. But what I got in this Lazarus package was a 52, so I guess that's a gap, a 56, which I guess traditionally would be a sand, and then a 60, which is a lob. And what I found is I love actually having these wedge options. What I find particularly, I've tried to use my 52 where normally I would use my pitching wedge, so kind of 100 and in, and I kind of allow my pitching wedge to be more of kind of 120, 115 to 125 club for me, and around the 105 to about 80 I use this 52, and what it's done is it's so sticky on the green, and I love that. So I've been trying to get used to that. It's only been about a month since I've had these, and I like to go out and practice and use particularly my 52. My sand play's definitely gotten better as I've tried to work my 56 in around that. And frankly, I still don't know how to use the lob. So I'm working on that, and hopefully not too far from now I can learn how to use a lob wedge. One of my sons is just a genius with the lob, and it saves him strokes all the time. I'm super jealous of that, and I hope I can hit a point at some point where it's a valuable tool in my bag as well. So anyway, this is me practicing. I basically have 55 balls in my practice bag. And on this, I'll post the exact numbers, but if I remember right, I think I landed about 33 of them in the green zone, which is basically it's the diameter of that is about 15 yards across, 15 to 18 yards across. So it was about a 60 mid 60% that I was able to land in that, and that's I feel pretty good about that. So here, what I'm practicing before I do this, what I usually start with my putting practice is I'll put 5 balls 3 feet from the hole and hit those. I'll do that usually 10. I'll do that twice, so 10 total balls, and then I'll do that same thing from 6 feet around a hole. And anyway, I'll post those numbers so you can see that. I am so inconsistent right now, and it's quite frustrating. What I'm doing here is actually I'll step off a 30-foot range, and I will see how many putts it takes me to get the ball in the hole from 30 feet. My goal is obviously to be at 2 strokes per ball or better. Right now, my average, and this is holding both during this practice, and then in a minute I switch to a 60-foot putt. But my average, both in rounds that I play and in practice, generally is about kind of a 2.4 to 2.6 average most of the time for my time. Excuse me, in terms of putts once I hit the green. So anyway, I'll post those numbers. My plan is to post those regularly at headoverhandsgolf.com. As well for people to see, and I'll do some report outs here on these videos. But yeah, so here I'm doing it from 60 feet, and I actually think maybe this day, I need to look at the numbers, but I believe this day I actually did better from 60 feet than I had from 30 feet. That putt right there being one of the reasons, because that was an easy kick in from there, which is actually for me a little bit my pattern. I very often do a little bit better in my lag putting than I do from, say, 10 to 15 feet, where I should really try to be going for the hole. I tend to lag putt a little bit better than I do otherwise. So anyway, that's kind of some of my basic practice. I'll do some chipping, I'll do some putting, and I know I need to transition. One of my biggest issues is I have implemented one of the golf apps that are out there. The number one recommendation is that actually what my golf game most needs right now is solid approach shots. Anywhere, sometimes it'll say from the 125 to 150, but really it's 150 to 175. That is most of the time the recommendation that's killing my ability to score. So practices, I need to do a better job of getting out to the driving range and integrating that as well. Well, thanks for watching, and would love it if you would subscribe to this channel. You can follow along, and again, I would really appreciate and enjoy any feedback you have. I've got thick skin, and I know I'm not great. So again, thanks for watching, and my goal is to publish one of these at least once a week, so would love to have you back soon.